Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Matt Videos. Sorry it's been a while since I've uploaded anything to this channel. I've just been really busy. So basically I had end of uni, a lot of term stuff. I've been working. I still a work placement for my uni course with Mamba Media and Paul. If you don't know about him, hit him up on Instagram. Great guys, so friendly. Really enjoyed my time there. Can't thank them enough for being able to give me the placement. They do super amazing work, just give them a like, and all that sort of stuff. And basically, I got some new tyres for Zara, my Project 350Z. That was well overdue. Basically, the reason I haven't uploaded anything to this channel is because the car had a hole in the exhaust manifold and it had to come off the road for, about a month, and just it's sort of got escaped my mind because that's obviously been affecting how it's been driving. So that's all fixed now. That's all done. So that's all good. So basically my new tyres, they're Hankook Ventus S1 Evo 2s. They cost me quite, I wouldn't say that much money. They were a little bit expensive. I wanted Toyo proxies to match the front, but they couldn't get them until the end of August, so I needed the tyres because basically obviously the legal tread depth in the UK is like 1.6 mil. I think on the back they were probably like 1.7, 1.8, so they weren't illegal, but they were pretty close. And obviously, like, you want to stay nice and legal. When it's your passion driving, you don't want the police pulling you over and saying, oh, your tyres are gone, like, we're going to give you amount of money, X amount of points and all that stuff. So, later on in the video I'll be sharing some helpful advice on how to stay legal with your tyres if you don't know these basic checks, because obviously, like, you're looking at 20 centimeters possibly for each tyre. That's your only contact patch on the road. That's the only thing holding you on the road. Like, you need decent tyres, so look out for that. So as you can see from this photo, this was taken before the new wheels, and if you can see, the rear is actually slumping down, and that's because the rear tyres are actually the wrong size in this picture. They're 35s, so basically with these new Hankooks, it's brought them back up to 45, which they should be on the raised wheels. Basically, I've noticed a dramatic improvement already in road handling. The car now feels more level. It's like you're not actually sitting downhill anymore. And also, the great part is we're not actually scraping over speed bumps and scraping over the driveway as well, because I've got a bit of a driveway lip, so I've got like a very top secret way of entering the driveway where you don't scrape at all. So yeah, that's basically easing that in. I still am very careful with it, obviously, because it's still quite low as a car, being sat on, like, I think they're 20 mil lowering springs. But yeah, so great road handling. The pickup is now amazing. You like, I can really feel the power delivery to the rear wheels now. In the corners, you've got so much more grip. There's so much more feel. You feel like you have the confidence to chuck it around a bend. A bit of B-road blasting, which this thing is designed for. So yeah, I would really recommend these tyres. I wasn't quite sure what to think of them, because obviously I know what the Toyos already feel like on the front, but definitely the Hankooks are fine. Even though there isn't much arch gap now left, that might have sorted out. I'm planning on getting some coilovers for the future to raise it up just a bit more, because it is still, as much as I like a low slung racing car, like it's sometimes a bit too low for like practicality reasons. So yeah, like normal road driving, I'd like it a bit higher. So yeah, look out for that. Basically, I don't know what people say about doing checks, but like, I do mine weekly. But like, if you can't do them weekly, fortnightly or even monthly is probably alright. Like, by modern cars, they're quite robust. Like, they're not like old 90s and 80s crap that like just literally falls apart every 3 seconds. Like, modern cars, they can withstand going, a couple of weeks, months, possibly, without doing the checks. But I'd recommend doing the checks regularly, because they're the only thing keeping you on the road. You should be checking for like bulges and cracks in the sidewall, like holes, stones, clearing stones out of the groove channels. Like that can really affect the performance of the tyre. Just making sure that your tyres are well inflated, You know, underinflation can lead to really bad handling. Overinflation, you've got more chance of bursting the tyre. You know, you're wearing them more. You know, stuff like that. So it's a good mix, but you should be checking these regularly to keep legal. If you don't know how to do it, basically, really simple way of doing it. Get yourself a 20p coin. Now the band is about 1.6 mil. Putting that in your tyre tread and measuring it, you can see where the legal limit should be. And if your tread on your tyres is below that amount, like, you need some new tyres. And manufacturers do put grooves through the channels in the tyres to show you where like 1.6 mil is about. And I remember, like, this is across the central 3/4 of the tyre, all the way around, you know. So these are things you should be checking for. You know, also be checking for like abnormal bits on the actual grip wear. Like, if you've got one side that's completely worn, the other side's completely out, like, you know, have a mechanic check the tracking. And like, talking about mechanics, don't be afraid to go and ask. Like, you know, there's all this like stigma about like, oh, they'll have you over and that. They probably won't if you do the research and tell them, like, you know that something's wrong and you've done some research about it. If your tracking's out, like, the next set of tyres you put on are also going to wear like the exact same. So get them to check it. Like, you know, most garages I know around here offer free tyre checks. Like, you know, what more could you want for them just to say, like, yeah, they're probably going to be going in the next, say, 4,000 miles, you know, you should be considering getting new tyres. Like, you know, just go and ask. Like, they'll probably be more than happy to do that. And there's so many forums, there's so many guides, there's so many actual YouTube videos showing you how to do this and what to look out for. You know, like you could probably even ask the police yourself if you wanted to. Like, they're probably more than happy to tell you tyres are illegal when you're actively looking for it, than for them to pull you over when you're doing like plus 90 in the outside lane of the motorway, while on your phone. And, you know, there's no excuse then. So make sure you're doing your checks. Like, stay legal. Like, I see so much about, especially like younger drivers, not checking these things. Like, you should be. The importance of a tyre, it's literally more important than like having, well, you know, it's a really just overly important part of the car. It's literally the only thing keeping you attached to the road. Like, you should be making sure they're in full working order. So, you know, next time you're in doubt, ask someone. Like, I'm sure someone knows about tyres, and I'm sure someone has some basic, you know, understanding of what they should be looking for. And now you'll be saving yourself heaps of money. You know, you don't want to be caught out. No one wants to be caught out. So guys, before I run this video off, because obviously this is just a vlog entry about the fact that I've now got new tyres for Zara, so you're going to be seeing a lot more. Like, I'm going to do a full review on this car, you know, what it's like to own it, what mods I've done, what I plan to do it in the future, so look out for that. What I thought I'd do is give you my 3 top tips for like tyre maintenance and what I do myself. So basically, first one is, I never buy part worn tyres. Like, I mean, you know, it's a bit of a Marmite area. I think some people say you can get away with buying them, but I personally wouldn't trust it. Like, you don't know how long they've been sat at a breaker's yard. You don't know whether they've actually got crash damage. You don't know whether they're going to stay inflated or whether like they've got marks from previous impacts or stuff like that. So don't try and stick away from part one tyres. You know, budget tyres, they're probably all right. Number 2, do your checks weekly to fortnightly, basically. You know, not everyone's got time in their week to do a weekly check. You know, some people check their tyres daily. Like, I thought like, that's a bit too much. Like, you know, the tyres are quite robust. Like, they're gonna last. But like, make sure you're doing these checks. You know, check your sidewalls, check your tread, check for stones, check for marks. You know, just check for bulges, all that sort of stuff. Check for the correct inflation. You know, if I tell you one thing you should go and buy, just literally keep in your house, like, you can keep it in a kitchen drawer, it's a tyre pressure gauge. Like, they cost like 10 quid, they're nothing. I've got like 4, and like, it's literally just checking the tyre pressure. Like, and most garages, like petrol stations, will, you know, for like 20p you can go around and do all your pressures. And if you don't know, like, you'll find your tyre pressures on the inside of the door. Like, that's manufacturer, like, you know, regulation. They put the tyre pressures inside the door on a sticker, so they're not difficult to find. Or refer to your service manual. It should be in there somewhere to find the correct inflation for your tyres, you know, regardless of weight or you know, how you're driving or what wheels you've got on there. Rule number 3 is probably quite like unique to the 2 cars I own. They're quite sporty. I just recommend never scrimp out on cheap tyres. Just, you know, the tyres that were on this car when I bought them were cheap. They were terrible. They felt awful. You know, going around corners, even in the dry, it was losing traction. Like, I know it's got 300 horses thereabout, but like, it shouldn't be losing traction at low speed in the corner like that. That's just dangerous. So having the new tyres on has really put their confidence back in the drive. But yeah, if you've got a sport car, high performance like this, just don't scrimp out on tyres. Like, the reason you bought it is to have fun with it. So it's almost like modifying it, like putting, you know, Michelin Pilot 4s like this thing's meant to have on it. You know, that's almost like adding, you know, probably like a decent airfill or an exhaust on it. You're probably going to see major gains from that, just alone without any other mods. So, you know, never scrimp out on tyres. So guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learnt something. You know, hopefully you can take something away and think, oh yeah, maybe I should go into tyres. I haven't done it for a while. You know, remember, go to the garages, ask people. You know, we're willing to help. Like, you know, even drop me a quick message on Instagram if you're not sure about these things. You know, I'm friendly. Like, and we'd rather you stay safe and legal. So yeah, if you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to making more videos.